So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Radhika Agarwal, and I am the CEO of Fli-Hi Airlines. Um, so recently, my company has been in a kind of a predicament. The company is experiencing a fall in the profits. Despite operating in the four major metro cities of the country, the the performance is not up to par. Uh, so uh, So as you can see from the slide as well, the occupancy rate with respect to the national average, we are almost at par with every single airline out there, which will include regional airlines as well, which is not a very good sign because they have operations much smaller than ours. So, so I have identified certain problem areas. So the first one would be there's been definitely a shortage in the number of people who are traveling with us. Throughout the years, there's been a consistent fall in the number of people, and another reason for profit decreasing it would be the cost increasing because of the hangar fees. And as you can see, with respect to the revenue, the hangar fees is eating up more and more of our revenue each year. So the next slide tells you about there's also increase in liability for the firm. There's been a consistent increase in the number of claims against lost baggage, which not only is a liability on us but also causes inconvenience to our consumers. And retaining consumers that way will be a very hard job. So we need to address this as soon as possible. The second, the Another problem area it will be the occupancy rate, which I've already talked about. Uh, but I'll explain it in detail. So the occupancy rate is not up to par at all. And we'll see what we can do in the next few slides. So so these are the solutions I have thought about for the website. The main thing we can do is, as we have been receiving a lot of complaints regarding the website, which can lead to a loss in customers as well. So what we can do is maybe not pay attention to the website right now and collaborate with third-party aggregators like Booking.com, Make My Trip. That just exposes us to a lot of customers as well. Another thing that we can do on the website is that although this solution it can be profitable, can be proven to be profitable, it will also expose the customers to a lot of competition, because Make My Trip, every single airline will be there, and you can compare the prices and the services of other airlines. So to avoid that, we can also develop our own portal, but by not paying attention to it ourselves, like maybe not doing it, hiring a team ourselves, or maybe hiring a third party team, like outsourcing this particular activity. So the next area I will focus on is hangar fees. The hangar fees is, like I've mentioned before, it's in millions. It's eating up a lot of our revenue, and we are spending an extremely exorbitant amount of money on that. So what we can do is maybe shift to cheaper parking spots at the airport. We can, which is with our farther away from the terminals, and we can hire buses in turn to transport our customers to and from the terminal. So you might be thinking that buses can also lead, it adds to your cost, it can decrease your revenue. But in comparison to the hangar fees, it will definitely make a difference, and we can save a percentage that will help us in our growth and development. So another thing we can do is assigning strict time limits to the boarding process, because maybe if we're taking 2 hours for the customers have a free way of boarding for 2 hours. We can limit that to maybe 45 minutes or an hour. So, and Another thing we can do is hangar fees is by the time you are spending at the airport. So if we increase the number of flights, the aircrafts won't be situated at the airport for a long time. So increasing the number of flights will also generate revenue. It can increase our variable cost, but in comparison to the fixed cost and our other investments, it will make a difference. So, like I've talked before, the liability, which is consistently increasing in our firm, we're incurring losses. Incurring liabilities because of this particular baggage claim, and we can some of it can be solved by training our ground staff properly, because obviously they are the ones who are who are carrying out the entire operation. They need to be explicitly communicated. They need to be explicitly told what to do. A proper procedure should be written and communicated to the staff. And also, another reason for baggage claim disasters can be the software that is responsible for tagging. So we need to make sure that that is checked out and developed accordingly. And to ensure that this entire process goes by smoothly and is accepted by our employees as well, we can incentivize the entire process. We can offer bonuses, and we can just make them think that just make them believe that if they perform well and if they do good, they will be rewarded and they will be appreciated for their work. So that can cause a it will increase the level of output. So another thing, occupancy rate. So the solution for this will be to identify the prime times at which the maximum number of people will travel. By doing this, we can implement dynamic pricing. So if for example, if the prime time is between 3 or 4 and people are traveling a lot during then, we can increase the price of the flight, and increase the number of flights as well during that particular time. And as compared to non-prime times, we can adjust that accordingly. So, and another way of generating revenue and marketing our airline extremely well, because I think we all know that airlines are an extremely competitive industry. Aviation is an extremely competitive industry, and we need to stand out, or we need to be marketed properly in order to sustain ourselves. So we can collaborate with different brands all over the world to increase our revenue, to increase our exposure, and also increase the amenities we are giving to the customers to kind of attract them to our airline. So what we can do is for example, we can collaborate with chefs, renowned chefs that that can provide a kind of a personalized uh, personalized service to the customers. We can collaborate with entertainment services like Netflix, Prime. So because I think 90% of the people in the world have subscribed to Netflix and Prime, and they would love it if they could just be at the during the flight, they could just see their favorite TV shows, their favorite movies. And so these are the type of in-flight amenities we can offer. And outside, like after you have departure, after you have landed, after that also we can maybe tell our customers that we have collaborated with hotels for your convenience. We can offer you bookings at a lower price, so that if you have a layover, or if you just can't seem to find a hotel after after you have landed, you can easily go there, and that will definitely be a point of convenience to our customers, and it will definitely attract them to us. And one thing we can also do is to increase our geographical area that we cover by partnering with regional airlines. So for example, like if we are operating in the major metro cities, so if we are operating a flight from Delhi to Mumbai, so we can partner with airlines that will take the customers from Mumbai to Pune. So they can so they have this option, and they will not be tempted to look for other airlines that are have a straight flight or maybe a connected flight. So that can also help, and we can collaborate with big corporations to and become their official travel partner. For example, big corporations also have a lot of events all over the year. They can we can be and obviously everybody would definitely prefer to go together. So we can adjust that accordingly and become their go-to airline basically. So for example, if there's like a firm which is managing weddings. So for maybe and people who are into destination weddings, maybe they go to from Delhi to they have to go to Mumbai. So every person in there can book a flight and go together. So this was my analysis of our current situation. If there are any questions, I'm please ask. You can ask.